race weekend. I mean, the racing action from the 170s all the way up to the mod carts. The heck with Pro 2 and Pro Light. The kids were the race.
We had more people watching the 170s we did the Pro 2s for a little bit. Which, speaking of, look at how this class has grown, and that's the amazing thing about it. Well, let's talk about who's out there right now. We've got a couple rows deep here, 11 cars on the line here. In the 144, it's going to be Lawrence. In the 111, it's going to be Ian Cornea. One row up, we're going to have Cassidy Walton in the 191 with Samuel Gibbs in the 115. Brianna Walton will be in the 190 with Triton Lawrence in the 110. Brixton Work, he'll be in the 114 with Jackson Eberts in the 141. And on the outside will be the 170 of Jake Kill, row 2. Row number 1 will be Ian Torfey on the outside of the 102, and on the pole, Declan Shields in the 158. That's how they all qualified yesterday morning for today's race. So it looks like we're going to lead them around here. We're going to bring them out around the course here with the Old Glory flying behind that beautiful Can-Am, the 6x6er. Boy, that thing will go anywhere.
Yeah, don't get stuck on this track with that thing.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah. And once again, you know what? For all the fans who are watching us home, right now we still have just a few as we get ready to start racing this morning. And I know the numbers will increase as the day goes on. But one of the first ones to chime in or one of the first ones to sign out will be Donnie Holzer.
Oh.
And I don't know if you caught it earlier this morning, Don. I kind of had a question for you. You didn't respond. I don't even know if you know how to respond, but what are you feeling, or what are you feeding Johnny?
Yeah.
The kid has grown like 1.5 feet since the spring, and I'm going to need a milk crate. Hell, you're going to need a milk crate.
I know,
down there at the point.
And I'm 6'1". Well, it's green, green, green. According to Optima Batteries, we got this one started. Shields and Hill are going to lead them into turn number 1. Pretty tight battle, Scott, as you see them out of turn 1, heading up over the roller here into turn number 2.
Oh, do we have a car over? Yeah, we have.
Yellow one.
Lime green.
Lime
yellow,
green, yeah. Wasn't sure if that was a yellow flag or a car flipping over, but it was a car.
So safety crews right there. I'm not sure if this will pull out a full course yellow or not, being the first lap.
I think so. It
There
looks
we
like
go.
our pace vehicle is going to pull back out.
And it looks like we're going to a full restart. So full course yellow come out / red flag. So we'll take the regroup the entire field, and we'll restart the race as if it never happened. And right, the driver that was upside down on its wheels and back at her again.
Yeah, he's already on the hammer right there, trying to get back up and catch up and tag the back of the field before they pull around.
There's something to be said about the strength of these little cars and the safety aspect. Now, keep in mind, I mean, I know everyone's heard it a million times, but maybe somebody at home has not. They're belted in there from head to toe, head and neck restraints, the 5-point harnesses, everything there on their body, right to the gloves, all the way down to the shoes, is fire retardant. And they're in there. They're not going anywhere. And they're safer in these cars than if they were playing Pee Wee football.
Yeah, definitely. We can see we're getting them restacked back up there. And that's so true. It's like, really safe. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
that
it's a
was
race
Ian
car.
Murphy. That was Ian.
Ian, oh, boy.
Wow.
And Ian, of course, sitting up there on the points in second right now. And it looks like a couple points only separate him and Declan Shields, our leader. Now, qualifying, fast qualifier gets 5 points. Second gets 4, 3, 2, 1, according. And then at the halfway point, get some more points. So this could really change the landscape of the race and points battle.
Well, I'm going to let you do the landscaping then this weekend. Math was never my strong suit. As interesting as I find it, if I don't have like a thick pad of paper and a bunch of pencils where I can write everything down and see it there in front of me, I'll never remember it, never figure it out.
Maybe you're not going to give me a Rain Man? Yeah, 362 toothpicks. Yeah,
no.
362.
No.
Well, they're lined up, they're racked, they're stacked, and they're ready to refire here.
Well, man, talk about a break for Ian Torfey right
Yeah.
now, starting on the inside of the second row. He's the car that was upside down on the start, and the fact that he was able to get back going again and starts right back from where he started on the second row. That's pretty advantageous.
Oh yeah.
I'd almost rather start in the second rows compared to the front row, because we have to watch and hopefully get a camera angle. Almost every single race start, the front row takes off and they kind of separate.
Yeah.
It's like Moses and parting the waters, and that is a hole for whoever is aggressive in the second row to just dynamite right
Yeah,
through it.
they see that opening, they're going to put their shoe in the door. That's for sure. Well, Optima Battery says green, green, green one more time as we get running here. Declan Shields, Jake Hill, Ian Torfey, Brixton Wirt. Top four as they come around. And it looks like Declan Shield jumped out there. Hill and Torfey battling side by side. Torfey, that lime green machine, has that inside line there as he tries to move up there and battle with Declan Shields.
Looks like he's going for the lead. Was slightly out front. You know, they're running on I don't say modified track, but running on an altered track from the rest of the classes. You saw they kind of got to the inside of that backstretch.
Yeah, they cut off that back section there. Cuts out probably, I'd say, a good 150 yards.
How about this? The guy goes on split. Less than 4 months ago. He's not running out front. We gotta come up with a title for him. If he ends up on the top spot of the box, we gotta come up with a title for him.
Oh, I know, definitely. I mean, talk about resilient.
I mean, there's spin and win, and then there's Danny Sullivan back in the
Oh, yeah, doing the 360. Coming back, winning.
We got a lot of race videos. The first three are just starting to slowly pick up the rest of the field.
Well, I can see Declan Shields, though, into that second spot there. And it looks like Wirt goes a little wide, blows that turn. Hill right in the just about 3 car lengths back on him there with Triton Lawrence, Larry Lawrence, Cassidy Walton, Samuel Gibbs, and Corona, Brianna Walton, and Jackson Eberts. Great to see another Eberts out there. Long history of racing in that family for sure. What great footage that the folks at home are watching.
Camera angles, drone shots.
I love that final turn shot as they got him coming out right at him there as they turn. Very cinematic there as we watch the drones up above.
Well, it looked like Torfey, our leader, was pulling away at one point about a half a lap ago, and now they're regrouped again. 1, 2, and 3. As they are once again, they're slowly pulling away from the rest of the field. And I've got to tell you, I think Torfey is kind of opening the door up just about every corner because he's going a little bit wide, leaving enough room on the inside for somebody to kind of take a peek to the inside.
So Torfey still holding him off there, but look at this. Declan Shields and Jake Hill. Hill in the signature Pellers 170 making a run on the outside, but Shields would have that inside line. Now, I talked to a few drivers. They said they like that outside line, so that could be a little quicker.
Turn one.
Yeah, turn one.
Really? I was watching that practice qualifying yesterday, and everybody's going to the outside and kind of, I don't want to say diamond off of the corner, but they would go way to the outside, about 2/3 of the way through the corner, and just a long straightaway now in the backstretch.
Instead, it's really big through the roller sections. You want to be on the outside. It's a better setup. 2 or 3 drivers actually told me that during the break.
Should be 6 laps remaining this time by when they cross the flag stand, and man, Torfey's found something. They're very equal in speed. The top 3 definitely are equal in speed, but so they can kind of catch back up to each other. But I don't think anyone's got quite enough yet at this point of the race to get around our leader.
Yeah, Torfey carried a little extra speed there. And you're right. These are so close in speed. They're Razor 170s. Other than a little gearing, these things are all identical, kind of like an IROC series.
Yeah.
Specific rules that they fall into. 170 cc's.
This weekend, with the track condition being the way it is, if not perfect, darn near perfect, I was looking at everybody's tires. I was looking at everybody's groovings, and everybody's still all over the map. Completely different.
Still trying to figure it out.
Oh, yeah. One of those speed secrets, you can never quite find perfection.
Now look at this. We've got Hill and Shields side by side. Shields to the inside. That adapt car. Torphy, though, he really has some good speed coming off that final turn under the straightaway. Gets a little gap on him each time.
So what are we looking at lap times?
Well, right now the fastest time there was actually Declan Shields with a 56.404 was quick, but it's Jake Hill with a 56.215. Torphy with a 56.447. Now it doesn't make sense when you really think about when the guy that's a little slower is out front, the guy on third. Well, he had a bad section there, and then he catches up and has a little bit quicker section than the other driver. That's where they make up the difference. So that's going to be the comp caution.
One of the other things I was noticing yesterday in practice and qualifying was there was really no one car or truck that was fast for an entire lap. It's like if we could cut this track into like fours or maybe into fifths, everybody was quick in that particular zone, but they would lose it someplace else. And whoever's quick in that particular zone wasn't in another area. So
and that's how they kind of balance out.
You could see that, and it was so interesting to watch that, specifically in practice.
Well, let's see if that's going to come into play here now. Hopefully some of those slower sections these guys have mastered here, because somebody's going to have to find an answer for Torphy, is what Declan Shields saying in his head, I'm sure, and Jake Hill. That is a points battle for the top three endpoints. And that's how they're running. Shields, though, sitting in second. He is our current point leader at this stage.
And once this race is done, obviously the points will be tabulated with one round of racing. That's it. Just tomorrow's race. There's no
well,
more
and then you'll have the qualifying from this morning, which will add on to their points, too.
What I'm saying is there's no more qualifying.
Yeah.
Points to be added. It's already been done. Tomorrow's race is it. That's it.
And if you're leading it to halfway, so you can get that one extra point,
yeah.
get that extra point. And I've seen that make a difference on a championship in the past here, but right now, Optima Battery says green, green, green once again.
Declan Shields is just leaning on the back bumper of Torphy all the way down that backstretch going into that first turn. He's still riding that back bumper. You can't help but think, yeah, these are little kids out there having fun, but they got their game face on. You can't tell me that a car behind you, even I don't care what age you are, you could be 35 and out there in a cup car running NASCAR. Someone beating on your back bumper, it's got to keep you thinking.
Oh, yeah, it gets you frustrated, too.
Yeah, and how is it any different how here in a track like this?
Oh, yeah.
6, 7, 8 years old.
Definitely a head game. And these kids are pretty smart, I'll tell you. They pick this stuff up, and these kids now have 1 to 2 seasons in their belt in this class now. As Torphy stretches out, Hill tries to make the run on the outside again on Shields.
There's 3 laps remaining this time by. 3 laps remaining.
This is going to have some serious point implications if Torphy stays where he's at over Shields.
And they are. Come on, man, I told you.
Well, with the qualifying this morning, I wasn't sure, but the way the points stand right now is only 7 points separating Torphy and Shields. So, quick qualifier he got from yesterday, so he got points there that creeped up on it. Now, he led it to halfway, so he got another point. We got the win, so that's 3 points he gains on it. If he led it to halfway, and 50 points for the first place, 48 for second.
Are you starting to see why I...
Oh, yeah. I got you.
2 laps remaining this time by. 2 laps for Ian Torphy, our leader, and now we've got a 4-car battle running up front.
So I used to love the old moto math. They would just add up, your firsts and seconds and thirds for different motos. And with off-road racing, with qualifying, extra points, 5 points available there, another point in qualifying, fast.
That makes it fun.
I know, it does. It really becomes a numbers game. And these drivers, they know this in their head.
Oh, they're being told that by their spotters?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And here's the thing that you got to watch for with these young drivers. They're having a tendency right now, coming up to the 1 lap remaining, to overdrive the corners.
Yeah.
Either going wide or scrubbing speed off by pitching it sideways. This is where it's all about the spotter trying to calm their driver down and keep doing what you've been doing. Don't do anything different.
No, that's absolutely true.
White flag should be coming out. Yep, there it is. One more time around for Ian Torfey, Shields, Wirt, and Hill.
And here's a surprising thing right there. Wirt, who is sitting 5th in points right now, was able to get by Hill, knocking Hill back just another spot there. So that's going to be some points implications for him, considering Hill's in 3rd place at now 411. So I read this wrong. Torfey's 409.
Whoa, we got some action going on. 3rd pulls up. They're almost 3 wide through the infield.
So Jake Hill is actually a little closer in points after qualifying there. So look at this. We've got 4 cars all battling for position. We're going to have 3 wide.
1 turn remaining. Ian Torfey's able to get out front about 4 car lengths from the rest of the field. But the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, oh, man, you can't get any closer than that.
Definitely a little bumping going on there. Who's going to get that final spot on the podium? It's going to be Wirt. So Shield takes 2nd, and Torfey takes the win.
Wow.
Wow, that's right.
Well, we talked about it before the race started, how the kids stole the show the last couple rounds of racing over the Pro 2s and Pro Lights and such that everyone
That's
wants
why.
to see. That's exactly why. And a buddy of mine back in the Midwest just checked in. I got to call him out, Ryan Modiger, out there in Indiana. How much snow you guys got, Ryan? As I know he's watching right now, that there's none here.
We got snow on the mountain. What are you talking about?
So for the first time today, we're going to go trackside, send Dave Arnold down there with the wireless mic, talk to our top 3 finishers in the 170, the Accredited Labs RZR 170s. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. And Ryan says, good morning, gentlemen. He goes, they only have 1 inch down in Indiana. Really? I thought you guys would have more than that. But thanks for checking in, Ryan. It's good seeing you. Well, as Dave Arnold makes his way down to the podium, there's a few other individuals that I got to call off, and thank you for checking in. First off, once again, Ryan Modinger, a friend of mine from Indiana. Brad Snyder out of Oklahoma. Well, he could be Oklahoma or Texas right now. I'm not exactly sure, but thanks for showing up, Brad. Well, Dave, as you get our top 3 finishers up there to the podium, you might not need a milk crate for those guys, huh?
Finish line.
It was kind of tough to get past him and just got.
Well, you made it happen. Where was your favorite part of the track?
The whips, the straightaway.
You like the whoops and the straightaway?
Yep.
That's always fun. Well, who do you want to thank for being up here, bud?
Grom, Boxa, Whip Juice, Pro Eagle. That's it.
That's it. Give it up for this young man. One heck of a performance from Brixton Wirt. That's for sure. Well, talk about this young man right here. He was the points leader coming into this one, Declan Shields. I know it's all about finishing for the championship right now, and you guys are in a battle right now. Jake Hill and you and Ian are pretty close.
Yeah, I was really scared, but I just held my line so Hill couldn't pass me, and now I should be scared of Ian.
You guys going to be battling tomorrow for sure, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to thank some people for being here today, buddy?
My mom, my dad, Dylan, Robbie, my sister, my family and friends, and God and Jesus.
Give it up for this young man. Declan Shields with a great performance. But talk about performance. On the first start, he puts it on the side. He gets tangled up. The restart, you jump out front and you don't look back. Were you like, that ain't going to happen again, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done. I got it out of the way.
Yeah, that was for sure.
So what did it feel like, the pressure? You had Declan there, you had Jake Hill, and then Brixton Wirt coming up on you.
It was pretty intense. I had to hold wind side the whole entire time.
Well, that worked out, though. You know, it's the lines. It looks like you were pretty quick off that final turn, though.
Yeah, I found a line there.
I think you did for sure. Well, that also got you that K&N $100 gift certificate for you, buddy. I'm pretty stoked on that.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you got a list of people to thank. You want to thank them?
Yeah, I would like to thank Lone Star Racing, Walker Evan Racing, Sparko, DWT Wheels, Big Gun Exhaust, EBCO, DynoJet, Sign Pros, Maximum Oil, Rugged Radios, Hoosier Tires, and Great American Short Course Racing for putting on the race, and my mom, my dad, and my grandma and grandma. I'm grandpa.
Give it up for Ian Torphy, everybody. But all these kids, these are our future stars right here. Brixton Wirt, Declan Shields, and Ian Torphy as he cracks open that chocolate milk. Scott, back up to you, bud.
You know, Dave, that doesn't sound half bad. Little thing of chocolate milk right about now.
Oh, man. You know, Indianapolis got that, but we got DeYoung's Dairy chocolate milk. Doesn't get better than that.
Well, congratulations to our top 3 finishers in the 170 class. What a fantastic race. Fun to watch the entire race. It was a 3-car battle for the first half and definitely turned into a 4-car battle for the second half. As we get ready for our next race, which will be the Junior 2 carts as we get ready. Dave will make his way back up here into the booth. And that's the fun part right there. All the work that these kids, their parents, their moms and dads, their brothers and sisters do, maybe a few friends. And that's the fun part when you get to take those pictures and celebrate. As we have one more day of racing coming up tomorrow, as it is the finals, as we end the 2022 Great American Short Course Series season. Some of the companies behind the scenes that bring this event to you round after round after round.